Vincent van Gogh is probably one of the most famous and well-known artists of all time. Most people can easily recognize his paintings like The Starry Night, Sunflowers, The Potato Eaters, and his many self-portraits. Unfortunately, he was not famous during his lifetime. Vincent van Gogh had only sold one painting when in fact he had produced 900. Van Gogh was born in Holland in 1853. The Netherlands is home to the Golden Age where there was a vast growing interest in secular art. This was a result of the Catholic Reformation, which was a Protestant revolt against the Church of Rome. In general, patrons wanted to decorate their homes with secular artwork that was rendered exquisitely and represented their new way of life. His father was a pastor in the Dutch Reformed Church. He was raised in a religious and cultured atmosphere. Although Van Gogh was the son of a pastor, he struggled with identity and direction. He often lacked self-confidence and was highly emotional. He had a few jobs before he decided to completely devote himself to art. He was nearly 27 years old before he began his journey as an artist. In 1886, Van Gogh moved to Paris to be with his brother Theo. Van Gogh's artwork at this point takes a dramatic turn, from dark and moody color palettes under the influence of artists like Pissarro and Gauguin. His style even changed significantly under the influence of the post-impressionism movement. His paintings became more expressionistic, brighter, lighter, and he experimented more. Interestingly enough, Van Gogh was also famous for cutting off his own ear. In 1888, Van Gogh moved to the countryside of France, where he painted his famous series Sunflowers. He invited his peer Gauguin to join him, but they soon began to quarrel, and one night Van Gogh threatened Gauguin with a razor. Deeply remorseful, he then cut off part of his own ear. New studies are suggesting that Gauguin was actually responsible for cutting off Van Gogh's ear, and that they had made a pact of silence over the incident. Although it is fact that shortly after, Van Gogh later admitted himself to a hospital after the incident.
Van Gogh painted Starry Night after committing himself to an asylum in Saint Remy in 1889. He wrote to his brother Theo that, "It often seems to me that the night is so much more alive and richly colored than the day." Because he was unable to go outside during the night at the asylum, it is believed that he painted Starry Night from memory. As I look at the starry night, I see movement. The spinning air as it makes eddies around the stars, I can almost see them twinkle. The fact that Van Gogh was diagnosed with temporal lobe epilepsy and was treated with digitalis perhaps explains the style in which he painted. Patients taking this drug saw the world with yellow and green tint and would complain of seeing yellow spots surrounding by coronas, much like the starry night. With so much movement going on in the painting, with the deliberate brushstrokes and thick impasto, it also has a sense of stillness and calm, perhaps a lonely moment in the still of night. It is also reported that in his fits he would drink turpentine and eat paint chips, which would lead to lead poisoning. The effects of this is swelling of the retinas, which can cause one to see light in circles like halos around objects. Van Gogh's illness seems to be reflected in this style of painting throughout his career. Notice how thick the paint is and how prominent the brushstrokes are. The brushstrokes appear to be painted very rapidly, thus create a sense of movement. The circular strokes create a sense of flow and gradually pull your eyes throughout the canvas, very much like the starry night. The color yellow seems to be prominent in his paintings, which also reflects a gentler side of the artist. He states that instead of trying to reproduce what I see before me, I use color in a completely arbitrary way to express myself powerfully. Vincent was not in a hurry, but in fact painted with ultimate certainty. The bright colors and energetic brushwork celebrates undertones of hope and freedom. The color is so bright and vivid because the paints were squeezed directly from the tubes. He completely rebelled against traditional painting, and if you could say he was strong, it was in his belief in his manner of painting. He was true to himself regardless of the rejection he received. The tree in the foreground Can it possibly be himself, alone and misunderstood, looking up upon the world? In this painting, everything is moving, bursting with life, the sky, the hills in the background, even the tree in the foreground. It shows the depth of the man, so full of life inside, but not understanding how to participate in this life, so he stands alone. The bright shining moon in the upper right corner reflects of hope and a longing for peace in a turbulent world which he feels he doesn't belong to.
Vincent van Gogh died in 1890 from a self-inflicted gunshot wound at the age of 37. Van Gogh's impact and legacy will never be forgotten. He showed people that painting could be an intensely expressive activity. Van Gogh's paintings paved the way for Expressionism and continued to have strong influences on the 20th century. Famous and notable artists such as Pablo Picasso and Henri Matisse even owned works by Van Gogh. If you look around, there's probably a chance you will see a reproduction of his work on someone's iPhone case or on the tote bag they're carrying. Not only are his paintings being reproduced, but have also influenced a song by Don McLean, and the lyrics to Vincent honor Starry Night in a whole new way. While paintings like the Starry Night were obviously far ahead of their time, it is unfortunate that Van Gogh died before he could be appreciated for his extraordinary works of art.